Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Totally Oblivious. I'm your host, Caleb Perez. I'm here with co-host Alex. I'd ask him how his day's going, but I don't really care that much because today we're talking about my favorite thing in the world, dinosaurs.
Why dinosaurs, Caleb? Explain your fascination with dinosaurs.
Man, have you seen Jurassic Park?
A few times.
Yeah.
It looks pretty cool.
They're cool dinosaurs. Dinosaurs, cool. And honestly, it's the not knowing of like how did our ecosystem look so many years ago.
You say so many like it's like 2 or 3 years ago. It's like 65 million years on average.
Well, I didn't want to say 65 million years because I feel like everybody knows that fact.
I don't think everybody knows that fact. I think there's there's probably some people that think it was probably a few thousand years ago, not a million.
They're clearly stupid.
Because that's like the last period of dinosaurs. Like it lasts a lot longer.
65, I think, is when they died. And 66 is like the time before they usually consider that.
Yeah, usually wasn't it like how long was the period they reigned? Wasn't it like a couple 100 million years or something like that?
It was quite a long time.
You think about that. That's a fat bit.
And I just learned recently that within each like Cretaceous and Jurassic, which within each of those, there were also dinosaurs that still like lived and went extinct.
Yeah.
That's crazy to think about.
Yeah, no, it's dinosaurs is always that weird subject. Like once you start kind of, I feel like if you, no, there's a lot of rabbit holes you can go down with dinosaurs because it's just all like, there's like that surface level like entry. You're like, oh yeah, big old fucking lizards. A couple miles down, we don't know jack shit.
Man, our planet has been around for so long. There's been so many different living things. We don't even know what's out there.
Oh, exactly. It's fucking funky.
It's insane. I mean, just the thought of these giant lizard monsters, we'd probably consider them. Mm-hmm. Just huge animals just roaming around. Like, that's insane to think about.
Like, there were creatures as large as living rooms just, like, casually walking around. Like, and then they died.
Like, literally animals the size of this house fighting each other for dominance.
Yeah, it's fucking weird. Is it not just to think about that?
It's like,
okay, wait, clarification. Everything was weird back then because even bugs were fucking gigantic.
Yeah, well, that was like the period after the dinosaurs where they had like there's like a bunch of oxygen.
But even then, just looking back in the past, everything was big.
The past is just insane to look at. There's just so many weird looking animals and
they're just
it's insane,
chaotic. It's just
it really
you realize how tame this time period we've lived in, like the last like 10,000 years. There's not anything fucking insane. Like okay, what like elephants, giraffes, blue whales. That's it.
That really and
that's
honestly,
really it.
They're not that crazy.
Yeah,
they're just kind of
like the subspecies of all three of those.
I'm sure maybe like a million years from now, when those animals go extinct, people are gonna be like, "Whoa, there's a horse with a big neck and a thing with a straw for a nose. That's crazy."
That's crazy. You know, fun fact: Chinese people thought, Chinese explorers thought the unicorn, or like, is it the Kirin? Basically, the Chinese unicorn was a giraffe. Fun fact.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, but you know, it's really like weird because you go 10,000 years back, giant sloth.
Yeah,
mammoth, multiple mammoth species, big cats in America and in Europe, multiple animals in Asia that I'm forgetting at the current moment in time, multiple species of humans, by the way. Like, you realize how fucking chaotic 10,000 years ago was?
Not even 10,000, it's like 10 million years. It's chaotic. And then you go back 65 million. And you go back 100 million, and it's not even remotely the same as...
Oh, no, it's fucking nuts.
Like, there's just a point in time where everything was crabs.
That is true.
That's crazy.
That is true. That is very true. Sea scorpions were a thing. You know, big sea scorpions were there. As big as Labrador retrievers.
Pretty dang big. And scorpions today still carry those exact genetics, so they can't drown.
Exactly. You can't drown a scorpion. And also, they take out revenge on you. Did you know that?
I did not know that. I didn't know scorpions were capable of feeling the need to take revenge.
They do. They take revenge. You know, surprisingly, a lot of creatures actually take revenge. You'd be very shocked at how big that number is. Because I think there's been documented cases of both where lions and tigers take revenge.
Makes sense. You think dinosaurs took revenge?
Probably. Okay, here's a question. How smart do you think dinosaurs were?
There's a lot of questions on that, but wasn't I just saying in a prior episode that I read an article that like a T-Rex was like capable of creating complex societies?
See, you say that, but I just don't really believe it.
You don't have to believe it. That's what scientists are discovering, is that T-Rex's brains were actually a lot more sophisticated than we could have ever imagined.
That is true. I don't really know. Because in 65 million years, you'd think they'd have like... Okay, hold on. We're gonna get to the conspiracy part. You think there were lizard people? You think there was at least one species of like reptile that just was like giga-brained? You think that happened?
I don't think it was a person, but I think...
Well, like, you know, like I'm just talking about like a humanoid
there's no humanoid shaped reptile.
You don't think so? You think there was a raptor that had like at least they could maybe write with its forearms?
Yeah,
or something?
it looked exactly like a velociraptor, but it was very smart.
Something like that. You think that like that hypothetical creature could exist? Oh my, 65 million years is a long time.
A very smart animal, yeah, I could believe that. But like a humanoid animal, I don't see as plausible, because the shape of human is a very like complex and eons of evolution.
I think a raptor could have done it.
A raptor could not look like...
Well, no, I meant humanoid as in like Star Wars, like, oh, it kind of looks human, but it definitely is alien.
Definitely not. Not even remotely plausible.
Tomorrow, fucking they find a lizard person. Oh, no, that'd be crazy. No, it kind of sends back to the idea, like over like the past 10,000 years, technically humans haven't really changed that much.
Mm-mm.
So it's just all like, well, if they have the same brain capacity then compared to now, what if there was a lizard that just kind of specced into intelligence?
Like I said, if it was a lizard that was human smart, that doesn't mean it has to look human.
Oh well, I'm not talking about the human part. I'm just talking about the smart part. Yeah, it doesn't matter what they look like.
There's definitely animals who are probably capable of complex thought.
It's like
scientists are saying the T-Rex was capable of.
So it didn't have arms. Like what are you doing there, bud? Yeah, I think you need arms. Unless it has some like fucking dynamic like neck articulation, which I don't think it had.
I'm sure there's some reason. So there's always an answer that we'd never think of.
That is true. It's really weird. Are we gonna talk about the Spinosaurus this episode or no?
Yeah, the Spinosaurus is insane.
It's fucking weird.
Yeah.
It's fucking... Have you ever, like... I like how that's always the debate. It's always like, what did it look like?
Mm-hmm.
And it always changes. And like the skeleton they had back in the day is like, during World War II, is like wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, what happened? What's going, was it on 4 legs? Was it on 2 legs? Did it actually have a sail? Is the sail too big?
Is it a hump or is it a sail? Who knows?
Exactly. And it's just like, wow. And it always fucking changes.
Literally, scientists hate this new Spinosaurus discovery found.
They've always found something new. It's nuts.
The thing with scientists, though, is I feel like a lot of the time they say they discovered something new, but they just have a new theory.
Oh, yeah, no, definitely. It's headlines.
Which doesn't make it fact. It just makes it, I think that maybe the Spinosaurus had a hump. Or, I think maybe the Spinosaurus did walk on 2 legs, actually, and not 4, like 20 years of science has said.
You know what the weird thing about the sail is? What the fuck do you think it was for? Like, I know, like, the obvious answer, probably knowing all of life ever, sex, but, like...
They actually do have an explanation for that.
Is it for heat, or are you
most likely for heat regulation?
Like, I see
heat
that.
Heat regulation, and when you're swimming through the water, like how a shark's
also like a fin.
Yeah.
See, like, I see that, but then I also see crocodiles, and I'm like, they don't need a fin, and they just use their mouth. So it's just like, maybe it was just a really exaggerated hump.
Well, you have to see it the way how things were back then, because with crocodiles, they're a little bit more lazy, where you can imagine that a Spinosaurus being the largest apex predator of all time, that it would definitely have a little more
Interesting
characteristics. Like to go through the water and then go on land and dealing with things like the Tyrannosaurus Rex and
was it in America?
Giganotosaurus. I don't think they actually,
because I thought they lived in Africa.
A lot of different dinosaurs I think might not have interacted, but at the same time, who knows? Anything's possible.
They're pretty big.
Having to deal with other apex predators at that time, a dinosaur like the Spinosaurus would definitely have to have higher mobility, which would mean it would have to be able to regulate its.
How do you think it ran? Do you think it galloped?
Yeah, it was definitely. If it's four-legged, then yeah, it's a gallop.
It's definitely a gallop.
Yeah,
because I'm just thinking, like, how would the whole like the hump just seems kind of almost like in a weird way like impractical to use outside of the water.
I think that's part of the reason why.
Because in my mind, it's kind of big.
Because if it was a hump, I feel like that's like an unnecessarily huge weight on their back.
Mm-hmm.
When if it's just a sail, it more like is more aerodynamically sound for particularly water transportation.
Yeah, and do you always think they always like in the drawings and the art? Do you think it's overly exaggeratedly huge? Because I'm gonna be honest, I don't think it needed to be that big.
I've seen the skeletons and it's definitely exaggerated.
Yeah, so that's what I want to say. It shouldn't, like, realistically, using my human brain, you wouldn't need something that fucking large. You really wouldn't.
Well, let me just pull up a picture. Pull up a Spinosaurus skeleton.
I'll just put it on screen. But like it always looked like overly large. Even in Jurassic Park, it was overly large for its size. I'm like, what is up? Well,
not really anything in Jurassic Park is
scientifically accurate anymore, but like, it's just so like, I don't really know, man. Like, it's always, the Spinosaurus is always the fucking oddity. Is it a wild take to call it the platypus of the dinosaur era?
It's not really. But yeah, that hump or spine, it's not that big.
There's no way. There's like, okay, you know what? Like, looking at the skeleton, it does look goofy.
Yeah.
Like, why is its head so? Oh shit. Well, that's the wrong. Why is its head so big? Why is its arms so small?
It's definitely a crocodilian.
It definitely has a crocodilian shape, but it's like there's some parts of its body that seem so like exaggerated. But technically, maybe the reason why it's also so big is for the head weight, for like the counterbalance.
Well, everything was just supersized at that time.
Yeah,
so there's alligators probably about
the same size as that.
I wouldn't say the same size because this was the largest predator.
Well, it's both. Do they count alligators as land creatures too, or is there like different classifications?
They're literally the exact same as a Spinosaurus.
Well, I don't know.
They do the exact same thing.
Well, don't crocodiles just mostly be in the water though?
Well, who's to say that Spinosaurus didn't?
I don't know. Like, it still had land capabilities much greater than a crocodile. So I would, or
sure.
technically more than any crocodile nowadays, because crocodiles usually just
they also have very small legs.
Yeah, you don't think there's a species of crocodile that gallops? Is it a crocodile or alligator? I think it's a crocodile.
I think most of them do.
No, there's one specific one that gallops. The other one's just kind of like scurry. I think that would be the best word to describe it really fast. It's a small alligator. I've
seen most alligators gallop.
No, they scurry. There's only one that gallops. Like, actually like gallops like a horse.
Are you sure?
Yes, alligators kind of scurry. They go like this really fast. They don't really like have like the horse movement. Because there's one, I forgot where it is. I think it is in like South America where they gallop. It's really weird. It's not really like an over exaggeration kind of like scurry. It's just kind of subtle. Caleb is now looking up the videos. For the Spotify listeners, love you to death.
I don't know if I'm going to show it on the screen, but I mean, I think I know what you mean now, though.
Yeah. They really
it's like an actual like
yeah,
where they're flopping.
yeah. They're just kind of. It's kind of like it's like a subtle shimmy.
I wouldn't say it's a shimmy because they get their stomachs off the ground.
Yeah, it's subtle.
They're still running, but it's not like a
full on like, oh, you're using your body. Have you ever seen an alligator leap out of the fucking water? It's fucking nuts. You think a Spinosaurus did that?
That's true power. Yeah, of course it did.
I don't really know though. I feel like it kind of came from the side. Like it was as a side predator.
Sure, it could do either.
Could.
There's power behind that.
Yeah.
Its tail. Did you see the updated tail that they have for it?
No, because they updated every
literally
other week.
That thing is like a paddle on its back that can just like. There's no way that thing wasn't swimming with power.
That is true. I don't really know. Like they always constantly update it. I feel like every other like 3 months they're like, I think it actually had shorter legs, so longer legs.
I can't stand them. It's like maybe just wait to announce a new scientific discovery until you are.
They always change it. They always do. It's always like, oh, its face wasn't that big.
The Spinosaurus has not looked the same
ever. It wasn't it at one point they thought it was like all flippers.
I think so. They thought it was all flippers. They thought it stood like a T-Rex. They thought
it was on 4 legs.
They thought it had gills. They thought it had this. It's like, just wait. Just calm down.
I don't know. It's never made any sense with the Spinosaurus.
No.
I don't think it ever will.
Honestly, no matter how little the Spinosaurus makes sense, though, that is probably the most terrifying creature to ever exist on this planet.
True. I don't know, but tree frogs are pretty crazy.
They're not terrifying at all. They're just trry frogs.
The poisonous ones, they have the...
They're still not terrifying.
Just don't touch them.
Just don't touch them. They're just there. You don't bother them, they won't bother you.
They start staring at you. What if I get close to you and kill you with enough poison?
Alex is afraid of a frog, everyone.
Hey, it's a poisonous tree frog. They have enough to kill an elephant.
It's
kind of weird. It's kind of weird that small of an animal just has enough to kill an elephant on its skin. It's a weird fact, I know.
The overkill of nature.
It really does. Like, some animals just don't really know how to spec into their perks correctly. Like, don't get me wrong.
They're pretty useless everywhere else.
Why are like brontosauruses, like really large dinosaurs, just that large? Like, what's the advantage? Like, sure, like some predators don't eat you.
Once you get past the point of childhood, you're basically indestructible to predators.
Yeah, that is true, but it's just like, well, maybe there's like a high risk, high reward type of scenario there. Like if you live for that long, eventually your size is so.
It's 100% because you see that with elephants too. Modern elephants, literally, once they get to their full size,
no one messes with them until
the only things that can kill them are humans.
That is true. Maybe it is, but I don't know. That at some point it's just like, why are you that big? Because what's the biggest one? I forgot the name. It's forgetting me. The
biggest I think is the Brachiosaurus.
Well, that family, but isn't it like a really big? There's a specific one I'm talking about.
I think. Is it Titanosaur?
I think there's a bigger one than Titana. Because I can't remember. Because I feel like there was, and I watched it in a video, and I'm all like, why are you that big? There's no reason for you to be a small building's length.
Argentinosaurus.
There it is.
That's what it is.
I'm all like, why are you that big? How big is it killed?
The largest living dinosaur weighed between 73 and 100 tons.
That's so dumb.
It's massive.
Why are you that big? That's huge. You know what 100 tons is? Caleb, look at an example of 100 tons.
You do it. I'm looking up how long this is.
That's still big though. Like, you know what? That's fucking gigantic.
That's heavy.
That's heavy. You say heavy. No, bro, but like just imagine that. Just standing next to a literal, not a skyscraper, but like a pretty hefty building.
Yeah.
That's just nuts. And it's moving.
It could reach 115 feet.
How big is 115 feet? What's an example?
It's bigger than a blue whale.
That is bigger than a blue whale. That's a pretty big sized building.
That's a beefy animal.
That's like a 3-story. That's like a 3-story house. No,
maybe
that's bigger than a 3-story house.
It's pretty dang big. We can say that.
Like that's just huge. That's just something like that roamed on the earth and now is just dead.
Yeah, that's exactly my thoughts. It's like, man, there's just these actual living titans on this planet, and they're just gone now.
They got KO'd by a rock.
All we can find are their bones, and we use their flesh to
fossil
fuel
fuels.
our cars.
Shout out to all the dinosaurs that fuel my truck. On God,
thank you, Jerry, Terry, and Mary Velociraptor for being the last couple drops of gas in my tank this morning.
You
really helped me get home.
Yeah. So Caleb, tell me interesting dinosaur facts you know, because you probably have a whole cavalcade of facts that you have in your brain.
See, I could do that. I really could do that. But I think there's a better way we could do things and show my true love and appreciation for dinosaurs. Let's kill them. Let's fight them to the death.
Elaborate?
We are going to be going through different dinosaurs. Let me just put it this way. Let me close your eyes.
I'm so confused.
Close your eyes and imagine this scenario.
If I close my eyes, I'm going to fall asleep.
Jurassic Park is a real thing.
Uh-huh.
And we are guests in Jurassic Park.
Uh-huh. Why would they invite us? What's the reason? Did we win some type of like Sunny D sweepstakes?
Totally Oblivious. It won the Sunny D sweepstakes.
I never knew a kid who won one of those.
The Capri Sun. There's two. There's Sunny D and Capri Sun. We won both, so we got 2 tickets. Mm-hmm. So we are now at Jurassic Park grand opening.
Okay.
And everything starts falling apart. As it does at Jurassic Park. And so now we are at the will of these prehistoric creatures, and we have to fight our way through the park for our survival. Now, I'm going to just be running through the dinosaurs from what I'd consider to be least dangerous
to the most
to incredibly hyper
lethal.
And we are going to.
Do you have a list?
As such,
you have a fucking list.
I don't have a list written down, but I do have kind of an idea of where I want to go with this. So we're gonna just go through, fight every dinosaur as we did with every animal on this planet.
Is the shovel? Will the shovel be here?
The shovel is a part of this.
Jesus,
I decided to take it with me to Jurassic Park.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know what weapon you chose, but they didn't allow firearms on the plane.
Okay, I don't. A broadsword.
A broadsword. Okay. So our first dinosaurs that we run into upon the.
I gotta describe them too, just a little bit. My dinosaur knowledge is not too flexed out here.
Okay. So our first dinosaur we run into is the Compsognathus. It's not just one. It's like a pack of like 25 of them.
25? God damn.
So they are the smallest known, or until the 1990s, they were the smallest known non-avian dinosaur.
How big are they? Give me a size description here.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to find that.
Because if they're like as big as my foot, I think I'm soloing.
I think they are just about as big as your foot.
Yeah, I'm soloing.
But there is like 25 of them. I can't find it exact.
Because okay. Are they as big as chickens?
Oh, here you go. Yeah, it's about the size of a chicken.
I think I can solo them.
It's about the size.
I think with both of us there, I think that's an easy solo.
And they can cruise at 40 miles per hour. And the name Compsognathus means pretty jaw. So I don't know if you remember from Jurassic Park 2.
Is the one that killed the kids? That kid?
Yeah, it did kill that kid, and it did also.
Okay, that was a literal toddler.
It did also kill one of the hunters in Jurassic Park 2. I think the pack of them overran him and killed him.
I think we could do it though.
Yeah. What's our strat? What's your strat? And I'll tell you my strat.
Oh, I was just gonna stomp on them.
Stomp on them. You're not even gonna use your.
Well, I don't think I would need to, but like if the situation got dire, then yes, I would use the broadsword.
Right, Alex stomps.
Because I wouldn't imagine their bones are.
They leap, they dodge and leap, start nibbling on them. Comically, I grab the tactical shovel.
You're such a dick.
And smack one on Alex. All right, Alex, you have a weapon. Just start using it. I'll smack them down with the tactical shovel, and you stab them when they're unconscious.
Sure, we'll go with that.
So I think through this battle, we might get a couple scratches. Overall, I think we do have a very high chance against the Consignatus.
I don't lie, 25 is a lot.
Yeah.
I don't think they ran a pack of 25. That seems a little bit. Well, I don't know. Maybe with dinosaur terms, they could be. But I think I could still take on.
I mean, 25. This is Jurassic Park. I mean, I'm sure they had quite a few of these little guys, so people can see them.
Find out. They look like the Roman packs of like at least 10.
Maybe. Who knows? But we had 25.
We had 25 apparently. I had a fucking big old clutch that season. Okay, give me the next one.
Also, I consider a little more scientifically accurate dinosaurs. So we're gonna go with the Velociraptor next.
So Velociraptors weren't that big.
Velociraptors were only 3 feet tall.
So about the size of a toddler.
They could still run at 40 miles per hour, very fast. And
so how many were we fighting here? 1?
I'd say it's a pack of 4 of them.
4 Velociraptors.
Yeah. They had feathers.
I don't really know here because the fact that it's a pretty big 3
feet's big.
That's a how long are they? Can I get a long estimate?
Let's see. Length.
This is definitely broadsword use here.
It's about. It could reach 7 feet long.
I think I could take them. I'm coming out with at least a bite mark or 2.
Yeah, I think, honestly, the thing with Velociraptors is I think it's a lot like how I'd imagine fighting a lot of like modern big cats, I'd have to say.
Really?
Because I wouldn't say big like a cougar, but more like on the smaller end of the big cats because they can do a lot of damage to you, but also at the same time you could probably
monkey brain is superior. It's that one fucking
easy.
Godzilla and King Kong meme. We will beat him because our teamwork is superior.
I mean, at the same time too, we have to consider that have you ever seen? I'll use this as an example. That my rooster, the bandy rooster outside, has a claw very similar to a Velociraptor claw, and those chickens have been known to, when they're used for fighting, they have killed their owners before.
How?
Because their claws just can cut open a vital vein.
What vital organ is near your leg?
You have a lot of arteries that can bleed out with, Alex.
Yeah, but are they any near your ankles?
Yes, there's a lot. All right here is vital.
That's just your calf. You're fine. You can live.
A huge gash on a vein is not going to be healthy for you, Alex. I don't think you understand.
Wrap it with the t-shirt that I'm assuming you're using and get your medical attention immediately.
So Alex is putting absolutely no defense on his legs.
Well, we only could bring the broadsword and the shovel. I didn't think there was no armor involved. If there's armor, then sure. I'm looking like a fucking medieval knight now.
It's a medieval knight.
What do you want me to do?
You didn't get Kevlar. I don't know. We're in Jurassic Park, and there's the bodies of guards. I think you would have.
If the guards didn't live, I don't think we're gonna live. I don't know if there's armor laying around. Sure, I'll try to scavenge it like it's fucking Fortnite or something. But like, sure. But I don't know. I think I could probably take on maybe 1 or 2.
But yeah, I think
with the broadsword.
I think if we both took on 2, we have a very high chance.
I think our teamwork would work.
I think the ultimate strategy is to just not let them get on top of us. Because once they are, those claws will start digging in.
Yeah, that would hurt,
and
that would be an ouchie.
You'll definitely start to bleed a lot more than you want to.
Yes.
So definitely. Overall, just I think it's pretty much the same as the Compsognathus. You just have to be a lot more alert. Just smack them.
Smack him with the
Smack and decapitate. That's the ultimate goal here.
Okay. Yeah, we
want to incapacitate them as fast as possible.
Yes.
So I think the next up from here would be the Pachylophus.
The fuck is that? That's a lot of words. You threw a lot of verbiage at me. I don't even know how to spell that.
Pachycephalosaurus. So this is the one that has the really hard dome.
Oh, okay. How many were we fighting? One?
Ooh, it's one of the last dinosaurs on Earth. So I'd say, let me look at the size before I decide. Oh, okay. So
they were pretty big,
no? Reach 15 feet long. It's about shoulder height to an average person.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's a pretty hefty dinosaur. So I'm gonna say it's just one. So attacking the head is not an option. This dinosaur. This
seems like a dinosaur that you have to attack from the sides.
Yeah, I think this is a you kind of gotta matador this guy.
There is two of us, so the tactical advantage is there is another one.
Let's look at some fun facts. Its skull is 30 times thicker than a human skull. Weighed as much as a brown bear. And it was long as a box truck.
Is it a bad thing? I think we're gonna lose. I guess this one seems pretty high difficulty here. Because I won't lie, we went from like 3 feet to 17 feet and like almost what 5.
They only get bigger and more dangerous from here.
Yeah,
so.
I'll be honest. Like we've entered the oh fuck territory and we're only 3 in.
Well,
I think we could do it.
I think here's where our strategy lies. These things are most likely like billy goats, right? Where they charge forward, slam into you.
Oh, you know what? I just realized something. Do you think dinosaurs sweat?
No, lizards don't sweat.
So I think there might be an advantage here where they just get tired out.
We could go with that strategy. We could.
But it's also a really big lizard, so they might not get tired quick.
They're also pretty much all of them have been pretty fast as of right now, faster than the average human. So outrunning them is not really an option. But I think here's what I think our strategy is specifically against the Patchy is we matador this guy, right?
Take off our shirts and be like.
So we got to get it to charge, dodge. And then as it runs into something, we take our weapons and just hack at its neck.
See, I was going to go for the heart, but that works too.
You could go for the heart, but that's kind of in an inconvenient spot. Especially, you're going to have to like stab forward rather than I was going
to stab on the side.
Because pretty much its only real advantage is the fact that it has an incredibly tough skull. So, in my mind, just detach the skull.
But you would think that the neck would be like super fucking like.
Could be.
So
I'll go for the neck. You go for the heart.
Yeah, I think so. Unless is there like a comedic placed rock somewhere in the vicinity of this area?
A comedic placed rock.
Right, I'm gonna get the Apache to like look at me, and then while like last second, Dark Souls roll into the rock, and he'll be dazed.
Oh, you smart.
Well, I'm just saying, is there a rock? Are we gonna give ourselves rock advantage?
I was more thinking we run it into the side of a building, which I guess is about the same as a rock. So pretty much the same idea.
I think that could work.
Yeah,
I don't know. We're really using our comedic bits here for the third dinosaur. Where are we going from here, Caleb?
Let's see. I'm trying to think what would I should have prepared more for this, but I think
are we gonna move to Stego now, or is that too big?
That's too. Yeah, I think maybe.
Are we gonna use a Utah Raptor now?
I feel like this one might be
comedic. Like it's called a Utah Raptor, and like that's the Mormon state. It has the biggest fucking raptor ever. I always laugh at that. I'm like, that's goofy.
Is there not a lot of information on the Utah Raptor?
Isn't it just
he big? Okay.
How big?
I'm gonna go with this before Utah Raptor. The Parasaurolophus.
It's description.
So basically, the Parasaurolophus, it's really big. It's 31 feet long, but it's basically just a prehistoric duck.
I need a picture. The fuck? Oh,
Like,
is it the one I'm thinking of?
it's the one with the toot head.
Oh. You think we could take it?
I think so. Just one. If we have to fight just one, because I feel like that's pretty equal to fighting like a horse. I don't think it has any other like defense other than.
I won't lie. 31
weight.
feet long is a fucking nutty ass number. Like, I'm gonna be honest here. We've entered the size different category because that's a big animal. That's 31 feet long. How tall is he? Can I get a height estimate here?
Looks about 3 meters long. I don't know what that is in.
That's like what?
But if I imagine 3 meters,
That's just probably as tall
pretty
as
big.
This is tall as the.
as tall as this room.
It's as tall as this room, maybe even slightly taller. That's a big animal, Caleb. I think we're gonna need
he's huge.
We think we're gonna need something better than a broadsword and a shovel.
No, we're fine.
Caleb, what's a big animal?
I just realized I like the fact they didn't allow guns on the plane, but they let you take a broadsword.
hey, that's what they said, bro. I don't know. Could I tame it?
Maybe.
I don't really know. That's just a big animal. I think the same idea would go here too.
Weighed around 500 or 5,500 pounds.
55.
The crest on its head was made of bone and was probably used to make sound for identification. And as a herbivore, I feel like our strategy here might actually just to be not to even fight it. Because if it's more scared of us than we are of it, then unless it takes like aim at us, I don't think we have a problem.
But we have to fight it.
We have to fight this. So
I don't really know how to fight it though with the equipment I have. Can we have spears now? Can we have like an unlimited amount of spears?
Unlimited amount of spears. Sure, you can have a spear.
I think we can do it then.
I'm sticking with a tactical shovel, and I'm transforming it into spear mode.
Okay, I think maybe that's what we should do because I feel like that's where humans have the advantage. Long range. Most critters don't have that ability.
So I think here's here's where I think our strategy should be. So this thing will be like wrangling a horse, right? Except we're not trying to wrangle it; we're trying to kill it. So this Parasaurolophus,
go for its eyes.
We could go for its eyes. That's a good strategy. But I feel like our best option would to place ourselves both in front and behind it, so it's at all times being attacked at both
some
sides.
area. Stab its butthole. Do I get? I'm assuming
You can have the butthole.
I'm assuming that I have to get from the butthole.
I am a little more agile, so taking it from the front would mean that I could.
Yeah, I think I'd take it from the butthole.
Attack the butthole. I'll get the eyes.
Hey yo, bleeding butthole is a problem.
Listen, the tactical shovel. Its spear mode is the perfect eye scoop. Let me tell you.
It has a spear mode.
Look at this.
Love you to deaf Spotify listeners, but Caleb is unraveling the tactical shovel.
Spear mode on. And this, it's just a claw. This spear mode is just a claw. So
what is that actually a spear or what is that? What is the purpose of that? Ah, no! What is the purpose of that?
Spear mode.
Is it?
I told you this is the weapon of the gods.
I guess.
So you got your spear stabbing its butthole. I'm up front, and as it charges towards me, I dodge, scoop its eye, and then it's blind from one side. And then it tries it again. Charge, I dodge, scooped out the other eye. It's blind. Now you keep stabbing it in the butthole, and I go for the throat.
That's true. I think it's gonna take a few tactical shovel scoops to get it a little bit to die.
Yeah.
Also, is it okay? Hold on. There might be a disadvantage. Okay, this is at Jurassic Park, right?
Yeah, we are at Jurassic Park. Scientifically accurate Jurassic Park.
Okay, if it's scientifically accurate, how is the oxygen in the air? Because I'm gonna be honest, if it's scientifically accurate and the scientists didn't account for the oxygen in the air, are all these dinosaurs slowly like breathing to death because they don't have enough air?
Well, here's my thoughts on that. Is that you think that the dinosaurs would be like
they'd be hyperventilating?
They could be hyperventilating, but at the same time, I'd imagine because they were born into the world with a different oxygen supply that it would make a difference. Because if you time traveled a dinosaur to now, it would have a problem breathing.
Because it'd be like going up to the mountains and you have like nothing.
Yeah, but like it was literally born into this oxygen. So I'd think that it would adapt to that if it was born into it.
That is true. Maybe.
Because I just don't feel like it makes sense for a dinosaur to... Because other animals, I feel like, wouldn't suffocate immediately if being born in a environment with less oxygen or more oxygen.
It could. It depends.
But I feel like there's adaptations to be made that would allow for that.
That is true. Do you think the scientists accounted for that, or are all their enclosures like specially designed to give more oxygen?
I think that I'd imagine that in this case, if you're able to bring back dinosaurs to life, you shouldn't have to worry about oxygen because you already had like taken into account that something in the DNA would change, or they would adapt in some way.
Okay. So are they hyperventilating or no?
They are not.
Okay, then never mind then. So I was about to say that I think technically we have an advantage over all of them in some regard.
If they couldn't breathe, they wouldn't exist.
Breathe well enough. Okay, but yeah. I think we'd be fine here. I just keep on stabbing its butthole.
Yeah, attack that butthole.
Maybe it's thighs or something. Imagine getting fucking a spear shoved into your groin. That'd hurt.
That would be an ouchie.
An ouchie.
I won't deny that would hurt a lot.
That would definitely hurt.
Okay, so the next one, we have slain the Parasaurolophus. It literally was just a peaceful dinosaur minding its own business.
We murdered it in cold blood.
We destroyed that dinosaur. So the next up is the Utah raptor. So I'm going to try to find some actual facts about this.
Because I would just imagine this is a raptor, but bigger, no?
It basically is. It's 18. It can get up to 18 feet long. I think
how much?
18 feet long.
God damn.
I think it says it stands up to 6 feet tall.
And it was a predator, correct?
It ran up to 20 miles per hour. So it was a little slower than Velociraptor.
How the fuck does that work? How can you only run at 20 miles an hour, but your smaller brethren can run faster than you?
I think it's just a lot heavier. And so the bones had to be a lot thicker, so they didn't have as much.
That's crazy.
Speed.
I think it'd probably run about the same, but I won't argue with the facts here. I think there is two of us, and we are armored, and I do have unlimited spears now. I think this one we're coming out probably we're still winning, but like we probably do have a lot of blood.
Would you say we're fighting just one, or are we fighting two of these?
Bro, if you fought two of these, we'd be fucked.
They're pack hunters.
Then no, we'd be fucked.
We would be
fucked.
We have this is our first boss battle.
Yeah, no, we'd be fucked. That 18 feet.
18 feet long.
18 feet long, 6 feet tall. Caleb, it's taller than you and heavier. It definitely is heavier than me.
He's a big boy.
It would kill you. If we had to fight one-on-one with a Utah raptor, nah, you're losing. That you know what? Right here. This is right here. That's a bear. That is a reptile bear you're fighting.
So you're saying we got lucky and we only ran into one of the Utah raptors they have at the park.
Yes. If it's one, I think we stand an okay chance.
Okay.
With our spears and stuff. But like that's a Utah raptor. Somebody is coming out this bitch with no arm.
This thing is
it's big. That is a bear.
It doesn't seem like they don't have a lot of actual facts about the Utah raptor.
What are you trying to look up here? I'm curious.
Just random facts that they might have, but
no, that's a big ass animal. You can't beat for real. Yeah,
this thing is huge.
Oh yeah, no, you're losing to that. You're so losing to that. If there's more than one, if there's like what 6, you're fucked.
Yeah,
you're fucked. There's no way.
6 of them. Yeah, you're definitely dead at that point.
Yeah, no, like 1 maybe, 2 no.
I mean, 6 people is hard to fight against. Can you imagine 6 giant
lizards, larger than bear-sized lizards?
Oh my! 2-inch serrated steak knife teeth in a skull, 1.5 feet long, blade-like claws up to 10 inches long on its hands, combined with 15-inch killing sickle claws on its feet, and a fast, highly agile body would make a polar bear or Siberian tiger lucky to survive 5 seconds in the ring with this creature.
They're probably overhyping it a little bit. But the fact that it can fight a Siberian tiger, which is probably one of the best apex predators in the world.
Theoretically.
I don't think we're winning against one. I really don't think we are.
We have to try.
I think maybe one of us could maybe come out of it like barely alive, but that's insane.
Yeah.
2 inch or how long were the fucking give me the
teeth or it's
both.
It's teeth 2 inches long. With the skull being 1.5 feet long.
This is big as my fucking finger.
Blade-like claws up to 10 inches long.
Mm-hmm.
And 15-inch killing sickle claws on its feet. So it's little tootsie claw.
Yes, one of us is dying out of this. There's no way.
No,
there's
I don't
no
believe it.
Caleb, that is a polar bear we're fighting. A larger polar bear. No,
it kills a polar bear.
That's it. That's fucking nuts.
Here's the plan. We're gonna take the Parasaurolophus plan.
Can I get a Glock now?
There's no guns.
We're fucked. We're so fucked.
I got this. We're gonna fight claw with claw.
I don't even think a Glock would work.
Claw with claw. You have now attached the claws of the velociraptors we killed onto your spear.
That wouldn't make a difference. It really would.
We are just going ham on this guy. We're just. I'm transform to shovel mode. I'm gonna try to clock this puppy on the head, bop it, stun it.
Caleb in post, put a box sound effect over that.
Gonna bop it on the head. You're gonna take your spear and stab it while it's stunned. We have one chance to do this. If we fail, one of us dies.
What are we fucking fighting Frieza? Hold on, as I gather the spirit bomb, we can defeat him. I'm just Piccolo or somebody.
This is the fight against Cell. We have one chance. I bonk it on the head like Vegeta, and you're like,
Vegeta,
do it now, go on. Ah! You stab it in the throat. We beat it.
It gets back up again.
Uh-oh.
You thought can you put an edit on screen? You thought I was dead. Well, too bad. I'm alive.
Then we just go ham. We just start.
No, that's a big ass dinosaur. We're like realistically, like we'd probably both die.
Yeah, and it only gets worse from here.
What else are we dealing with, Caleb? What's the next?
What's the next dinosaur to deal with?
Like, that's nuts. Eight fucking shit. I didn't realize how big the fucking Utah raptor was. That's nuts. That's huge.
Oh, I don't even. The thing with fighting dinosaurs too and ranking them on their power is like some of them are just insanely like you can't even comprehend what would be harder to fight. Because right now I'm thinking Utah raptor. Where do we go from here? And there's like 3 different dinosaurs I'm thinking of. That I'm like, oh my gosh, these are all hard.
No, like
okay.
Here's a perspective shift. It would probably take multiple high-level hunters to kill probably a medium-sized dinosaur.
Yeah.
And there is a high possibility that a hunter is dying. That's like nuts.
Yes.
Like that's crazy. Crazy.
So here's the next one we are going to fight. Not technically a dinosaur, but under the class of archosaurs.
Give me the what's the biology? What's an archosaur?
An archosaur is the ruling reptiles, which is a group that birds and crocodiles belong. So it's it's basically encapsulating everything under like
So it's like a broad.
all lizards, basically.
So it's like the Abrahamic religion term, like
pretty much.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And
For
so our
dinosaurs?
next dinosaur we are fighting, which I wouldn't say is even the most powerful of this group, but given the fact
We're
that
lowballing it.
everything else is probably worse to fight, we're just gonna go with this one, the pterodactyl.
Now we're losing.
We're losing. Let's look at the, let's
What
look at the
kind of
stats.
pterodactyl? Just
Let's
your,
look at-
just like a
just-
common pterodactyl.
Common pterodactyl.
Do we? Okay. Nah? Did you see what they did in Jurassic Park? They fucked up that one chick, bro.
They did. They threw her into the mouth of a mosasaur.
That's nuts.
They also completely destroyed Billy on Jurassic Park 3 and that one kid's stepdad.
Yeah, I don't think we're living. Like
We're
how many?
living.
How many are we fighting? One.
We're fighting one. We ended up in the bird cage. This one got stuck inside, and we're we're fighting it. Why do they have facts on this thing? Britannica, help me.
I'm gonna just call it a pterodactyl to piss it off.
The pterodactyl.
The pterodactyl. I don't know. That's a
pterosaurs.
it can lift shit.
It can if it has the. Basically, we're fighting an ancient eagle. An eagle seagull. That's what we're
Oh, I'll be
fighting.
honest again. I haven't woken up. No. Can I just say we're losing? Because how big is this? Because like realistically, a pterodactyl is pretty fucking huge.
Yeah.
Like I'm not thinking of the Quetzalcoatl one.
I think specifically the one we're fighting is the pterodon, because pterodactyl is actually the species under which avian flying dinosaurs are qualified. There's so much files within files on these animals.
The dinosaur fucking rabbit hole goes crazy. I told you, but no. Realistically, no. I don't think we could. Because he could just pick
18
you up.
feet wingspan.
Oh fuck that shit. Nope. Nope.
That's the females.
What? Oh god.
That's the males. The females were smaller at 12 feet wingspan.
Okay, realistically,
Are we fighting a female one? Or
are we giving ourselves the advantage here or no?
Let's just fight the 18-foot one.
No, just no. He's picking you up. He's doing the thing eagles do to turtles. He's just picking up the turtle, going really, really high, and just killing you because of gravity. That's what that pterosaur is doing to you. And then I'm all by myself, and I'm gonna be like, well, Caleb's dead, and the psychological trauma is now hitting me.
Well, look, here's what we're going with here. What advantage do we have against a flying dinosaur? That when it's not in the sky, it's just a chicken. It's just
How fast can it take off? Like it's
theoretically,
like you see a bird, right? And when you get close to a bird, they move pretty fast.
Yeah.
Assuming this thing is pretty big, it probably has a very like
Let's see.
not a hard time, but like there's a lot of fighting frames where it has to get from the ground, its wings up and fly. Do you think you could realistically, like climb on it, Caleb? As it's trying to lift and like bludgeon it to death, like in the air.
Look, my entire strategy revolves around we are slicing its wings open so it no longer can fly. Have you ever seen The Good Dinosaur?
Actually, no, I haven't.
Oh, I did once, but I remember.
Did you watch it with Val?
No, I've actually watched it with my nephews.
Oh,
But it was basically what happened.
Are
Was,
we using a Pixar? Are we using a Disney movie for us?
look, everything's theoretical here. So
Okay. I won't.
it's all theoretical. So in this movie, the little boy bites the wing of the pterodon and impairs its flight. And then they throw a rock at it and it falls into the river and drowns, assuming.
Okay.
So I think we can kind of go with a strategy like that, except we both have a spear and a tactical shovel to be able to tear those wings open.
Mm-hmm.
I think the ultimate strategy for
Okay,
us...
hold on. can we get Roman shields? Can we do the classic Roman flank?
Where are we getting Roman shields from, Alex? We're in Jurassic Park.
Okay, it's in Italy.
You can have this. You can have the skull of the Apache-saur if you want it.
What is this What is this Power Rangers Dino Thunder? I'm the Red Ranger. I've gone the Pachysaurus. Put that on screen.
Apache shield.
The Apache shield the Red Ranger uses. Is that what I'm using now?
Yes.
Because to be honest, if we actually had shields,
if you want a shield, you can have its skull.
I think we can realistically actually beat it, because if we do that like flank formation the Romans do, like I forgot what it's called. But it's like where they put their spears up and every row in front of them just keeps on lowering it until it reaches a 90-degree angle. And they just have their shields up. So it's like kind of this porcupine design. Realistically, we could do that. And like, it wouldn't be able to get us.
True. And also here's the thing.
We're using Roman tactics to defeat a
if it
dinosaur.
does get us, we just start cutting at its feet.
That is true. Do we have little knives on us? Have we tactically prepared now with all the security guards around us?
With my tactical shovel, the tactical shovel can only do so much. I can't cut string with a tactical shovel,
I think you
but
could.
I do have a Swiss Army knife on me, and I
Okay.
begin. If it picks me up, I can just start stabbing its little feet, maybe cut off a foot, and then it is impaired for the rest of the fight.
That is true.
Basically, we're just dismantling this dinosaur.
I think maybe we could do this.
I think so.
But we need prep time.
I don't even think we need.
I think we need.
You already killed the Patchy, and in my strategy, we ripped off its head. So
Or hit it, or put it in a comedically large rock and it bonks its head. Boom, bonk. Ooh.
But yeah, see, I told you.
Maybe. Now I'm assuming after this point they're all
Basically from here. The reason I chose Pterodon as our next fight is because everything else is the next two fights are just walking tanks. I think I'm gonna just lump them together. But there's the Ankylosaurus and the Stegosaurus.
What's the Ankylosaurus?
So
no. Okay, would it be crazy to assume to actually
So this thing was 33 feet long.
Uh-huh.
In its upper classes.
Uh-huh.
Weighed up to 4 tons.
Uh-huh.
Basically, just like a giant turtle armadillo.
Would it be great? Okay, is it all armor? Do you think it'd have a soft underbelly?
I'd imagine so. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay, crazy idea here.
How are we flipping this bad boy?
Do you think we could?
I think so. The problem is we have an issue with any of our previous,
I know what to do.
Any of our previous strategies are a little impaired.
Yeah.
Because we literally cannot attack it from the back.
Yes.
Okay.
So we're in Jurassic Park, right?
Yeah.
There are vehicles around, correct?
There are indeed vehicles.
What if we just hit it until it flipped over?
That's a good idea. We just need to make sure that we do not get that car hit by its tail.
I think with two at least decently sized
we're both taking a car.
Because technically, if we hit it from we do basically like a lariat to it. One from the side of its head and then one from the back. And then by doing like hitting it like that, it has to rotate. And the possibility of it flipping on its side is probable.
Wait, here's an even better idea. What if we both just went on either side of it and just rammed it at full speed?
That would hurt.
Like, there's no way it's not feeling that. And then once it's wedged between the two cars, we
stab its eyes.
We ignite the cars and blow it up.
I think we could do it.
Yeah. We actually got through that pretty good.
But realistically, we'd have to find the cars first and like try to run away from this thing in like a Michael Myers-esque scenario.
True. And I don't think it really has a speed at which it was.
I don't think it would be fast.
No.
Probably like at least 30
so
miles an hour. Something like that.
Something to the point where
it's realistic.
Realistically, I think this is a good plan.
Yeah.
But then immediately following that, the commotion attracts a Stegosaurus, and it's pretty mad at us. Now we're out 2 cars. We cannot use the car strategy twice. How are we fighting the Stegosaurus?
Stegosaurus. Okay. My next strategy. Building. We use our unlimited amount of spears to just range.
Build a tower of spears.
No. I find like a convenience store. I go to the top. I go to the roof, and like as the Stegosaurus is looking at me, we just throw spears at it.
See, I was more
or a comically large rock.
I was imagining we're in the forest at this point.
Oh, we're in the forest now.
Yeah.
Oh no, then we're fucked.
So
this is the oh fuck. We're done. This is game over here.
Ooh, here's our advantage. The skull and brain were very small for such a large animal. So theoretically, the Stegosaurus is not very smart at all. In theory,
can we just throw a rock at it?
This is
the dumbest creature we're fighting.
I think so. I think this might actually be the dumbest one we've been fighting so far.
I don't know.
It possessed 2 brains.
Oh, okay? Isn't the second brain located in its ass or near its ass?
I'm trying to read it.
Because if we get the second brain, that means it can't walk.
True. Okay, I think our strategy here might actually be just to rush it up front and like slide underneath it because it's taller than the Ankylosaurus. Mm-hmm. So we do have the opportunity to get under it. Uh-huh. So I think that might be our best bet because we cannot hit one hit from that tail. We're impaled and dead.
Oh yeah.
But I feel as though we run straight at it. It's a dumb animal. Uh-huh. As long as it doesn't turn around, which we'd have to account for as we're trying to get towards it, we just need to get underneath, and we have its entire exposed gut to go on.
That is true.
Assumingly it's not that smart, once we're underneath it, it would probably get confused.
As one person's trying to fight them.
True.
Okay.
So I guess in this theory, only one of us does have to get underneath it, and the other one just has to be a distraction.
Just brings a flashlight and wait a minute. Laser pointers.
Laser pointers.
I'm being serious here. Laser pointer to the eyes. Because then you blind it. You don't technically need to use like something to attack its eye. Hold on. This might be my smartest idea in the last 6 podcasts. Hold on here.
Laser point in the eyes, blind it. Then the other person has
like this is like industrial grade like laser pointers or something.
We found someone's broken gun on the ground, but the laser pointer's fully intact. We take the laser, point it directly in its eyes, while the other person goes underneath the Stegosaurus and cuts open its gut, spilling its intestines.
Yes, blinding and confusing it.
We've done it.
We killed the Stegosaurus. Now next we have to fight a Tyrannosaurus and we lose.
Not yet. There is this is the big boys now. The true big boys. Okay. Next up, I would have to say is the Triceratops. Literal walking
the actual tank. I'd say the laser pointers could work here again, but a Triceratops is pretty bitchin'.
That thing, I don't think it cares about laser pointers. It's just going to charge.
That is true.
And this thing can reach 30 feet long.
Oh, yeah. No, we're fucked.
It has the 3 horns, very hard crest on its head, so we are not getting that neck at all.
No. I think the car strategy here would work, but we're out of cars.
We have no cars. I honestly think the car strategy would, regardless, have to be used on the Ankylosaurus because there's no other way to beat that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a big boy.
Is it a bad thing? I don't think there's any really strategy here to win.
And it really, we're fighting something that basically was constantly at odds with the T-Rex and could win against the T-Rex.
Yeah.
So this isn't even like a lower echelon. This is like on the same tier as a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yeah, no, I don't think we're winning unless we have an RPG. No,
I think this might be another. We have to use one of us as bait while the other one tries to attack from behind.
Mm-hmm.
But even then,
is there a comically sized rock nearby?
Comically sized rock. I'm trying to see if they have any speed.
Oh no, they'd have to run at least 50, 40 miles an hour. Has to be. There's no way they don't, because they have to be fast. But if it's on the same like echelon as the T-Rex, like realistically, there's literally no fucking way like we're beating a Triceratops.
The head of a Triceratops was among the largest of all land animals, some making up 1/3 of the entire length of the dinosaur's body.
Nope.
This thing's huge.
Yep.
And
do I have a flamethrower?
We don't have a flamethrower.
Nope. That is a loss. Is there like an electrical grid I can like make it ram itself into?
That is a possibility.
Maybe.
So let's say in this scenario, we got to the forest and we made it towards one of the destroyed paddocks, but they have the power back on. So the electricity is on. So we do have that advantage against the Triceratops.
Mm-hmm.
So I think our ultimate strategy, we both kind of have to act as distractions, because either way, this thing's going to be charging at us full force, and one touch, we're dead.
Yeah.
This thing has a TOD.
This is a TOD, touch of death. Wow.
So I think ultimately our strategy would be about the same as the Patchy, is we want it to ram into something. But the problem is, I think the Triceratops has a lot thicker skin.
Oh, definitely.
And so we're going to have to do this multiple times.
Like that's a good strategy, but even then I don't think there really is any like, maybe if we had like a Colby and then my brother and then maybe your dad.
We need a party.
Nah, this is like a raid team, bro.
It's a raid boss.
This is mammoth level.
We've entered raid boss territory.
Yeah, I don't think that like two guys, no. We could live, like we could just run away and do our damage and go, but like there's no realistic way that you could probably fight
a Triceratops.
No, there really isn't. There's no way.
Honestly, this is part of the reason why they're my favorite dinosaur. Is they're just a herbivore, do absolutely nothing to anybody, but you mess with them and you're dead.
Oh yeah, no, they'd fuck you up. There's no way.
They're so cool looking
there's
too.
No way you would live. Like sure, up until probably the Utah Raptor, all the ones we probably couldn't have lived, but we made an idea to beat them. But like a Triceratops? No. No.
This is like the same portion where we were talking about fighting the hippo last time.
Yeah.
It's like, what are we even supposed to do?
You can't. You just can't. Like I said, unless I have a fucking RPG, a grenade, maybe some Molotovs. No.
I do think we're just going to have to use the strategy of using like our environment to try to stun it.
There's no way.
And then we slowly do our tick damage against it while it's getting stunned.
Like the only way I think realistically to kill a Triceratops in one go is like it rams itself into the electrical grid and it just makes chicken.
Yeah. That would be,
or alligator in this case.
That would be our most that would be our best strategy. Is trying to run into the electric fence.
I got it on my nose.
But that's assuming the electric fence is on, which I think at this point we just have to hope it is. Mm-hmm. If not, we can still use the fence to our advantage because it could get its horns stuck, and then it's completely exposed.
Or we just stab.
We just stab
its
pray.
Balls.
Yes.
So what's the next one killed?
Next one would be we defeated the Triceratops
somehow.
Well, it's a split, one of those split defeats where you can either defeat it through just fighting it or environmental defeat. So we're going to assume we defeated it with the environmental defeat. It got electrocuted on the fence and is now dead. And then all of a sudden we just start hearing the thunderous sounds,
The thunderous ass clapping we're about to receive
from the king of dinosaurs, the Tyrannosaurus Rex, as he makes his way through the forest and sees us, and is like, "Yep, I'm gonna kill him."
Do I finally get an RPG?
No,
It was a good run.
it was a good run.
No.
Here's the plan. Here's where our plan is.
We're fighting Godzilla.
Run.
Doesn't it run at like 60 miles an hour though, or some fucking crazy bullshit?
Let's look up Tyrannosaurus Rex facts.
We're fucked. We're fucked with the capital F, Caleb. The whole sentence is in caps. Why are you laughing?
Its size. They can reach 35 feet long.
Híjole la puta madre. Uh-huh.
I'm trying to see its height.
Uh-huh. What are we looking at here?
21 feet tall.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Honestly, that alone is just, the Tyrannosaurus skull is 4 feet long.
How big is its knives as teeth?
Knives teeth. Let's see.
We're so fucked.
60 teeth, which could protrude as far as 6 inches.
Oh no! Oh dear God! It's like a brutal death.
The crowns of the teeth were shed and regrown frequently every 250 days or so. Oh, that's pretty cool, like a shark. They had good hygiene, good dental hygiene, so at least we know we're getting bitten by something that has no cavities.
Oh Jesus Christ, Caleb. We're fucked.
Yeah.
21 feet tall.
What?
How long? 32 feet long?
What? Although mechanical reconstruction suggests that the musculature of the arms of T-Rex and some other large Tyrannosaurus could have lifted about 400 pounds. The arms had the strength to lift 400 pounds.
We're fucked. It was like,
wow.
Like we're fucked.
I want to see. Here's the fact that I want to see.
What's the fact here? I want you to tell me.
Okay.
What are you trying to look up here? Does it have fucking dino kryptonite or something?
12-inch teeth.
Jesus
Insane.
Christ, dude. No. Like, do you know how big that is?
That's huge.
That's
a foot long.
That's a fucking.
It's a Subway sandwich tooth.
That's as big. That's as big as a fucking semi.
Yeah,
bigger than a semi actually.
He's big.
About as tall as a semi, but longer. Like the truck, not the trailer. Like there's no way you'd be able to win. So you're pogging. Zoom in on that in the post. What is happening here?
Tyrannosaurus Rex had a bone-crushing bite with a force of 8,000 pounds.
Did you say goodbye to your mom before we left?
Gave her a big hug. I'm off to see the dinosaurs, Mom.
God.
I imagine here we're like kind of paused, just staring at the T-Rex, and just all these different facts are flowing in front of our faces as we're facing it. And it's like, oh, good.
Like the Elden Ring theme starts playing. We're fucked.
Oh, good. This is so good.
I don't think we could do it. They're like realistically here. This is assumedly, depending if it's that debate, if it was a predator or a scavenger or not, whatever is true. If it is an apex predator, no, we're not.
We're
This is like a 12-man group that you have to use. We're really
screwed. But we do have one advantage.
What's the advantage?
The T-Rex only could run as fast as 20 miles per hour.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. This speed category is so fucking stupid. What do you mean it can slightly run barely faster than us?
How fast can I thought the average human could run 25.
It's 25?
I think so.
Hold on, we might have a chance.
And honestly, if I'm a jerk, all I have to do is just run faster than you.
All right, dickhead.
But no, here's our plan. We have to get somewhere high. High place.
Oh wait, are we stegosaurusing this thing?
We are. Yeah, I think this is the point in time where we have to go with that original stegosaurus plan.
Can I make a makeshift Molotov?
I guess because we're gonna have to book it to the visitors center.
Is there a visitors center alcohol like free dinosaur alcohol or something? Well, it's free now. Everybody's dead.
Yeah, but everyone's dead except us because nobody else brought a tactical shovel and a broadsword and infinite spears with them. So we get into the visitor center. I'm saying we go on the highest floor possible. And as this thing's approaching, we just got to start. You start throwing spears. And at some point, I think maybe. This is a tough one.
Caleb, it's 21 feet tall, 36 feet long, has Subway sandwich long teeth.
With a bite force of 8,000
PSI. And this isn't even the worst.
There's one more dinosaur I'm going to go for after this.
Fucked. We're with the capital F.
Here's the plan. I throw the Molotovs.
Oh my lord.
Cover the floor with fire.
No, man, we're gonna need the Mario Superstar for this bitch.
The floor is on fire. You are throwing spears at its face. And I take the tactical shovel. And I go with the only thing I know what to do. I go for the Achilles. Go on the ground in the fire. Cut the Achilles. Disable it. Falls on the floor. And then, yes, go for the bonk. There's a broken piece of spear on its head. In its skull as it's on the ground. I take the shovel. Slam it down as hard as I can on that spear. Goes into its brain. We have defeated the T-Rex. While simultaneously burning down the entire visitor center. I
proceed then to look at Doctor Strange as he goes like, you only have one chance.
So now the rain is falling. And we have to... The visitor center has burnt down. And now we have gone onto a boat. And we are cruising down the river. Hoping to make it to the ocean. Where maybe, just maybe... there is boats coming to help. And all of a sudden, the river starts... we start feeling the boat bump a little bit. The river's bumpy, but that bump was specifically a very bumpy bump.
It was pretty wavy. More wavy than usual.
We're concerned. We're kind of looking around. And out of the water, we see a sail coming up and go back down.
Do we have RPGs yet?
We don't have any RPGs.
God damn it.
We used our Molotovs. This is the final boss of Jurassic Park. Oh, the Spinosaurus.
Is it scientifically accurate or the one from Jurassic Park?
It's scientifically accurate. As of 2023, scientifically accurate.
I was about to say, there's a lot of variation with that statement, Caleb.
Yes. Longer and heavier than Tyrannosaurus. It is the largest known carnivorous dinosaur. Spinosaurus had a body length of 49 to 51 feet long. And, yeah.
It was good knowing you.
Head height of 16 feet.
Jesus Christ.
With an overall height of 21.5 feet.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my gosh.
Why? Why is it so huge?
This thing is literally just built to kill. I don't know what else to say. This thing is a killing machine that
we're on a boat, right?
That World War II tried to get rid of.
They really tried. The Nazis were like, nah,
They tried to erase it from our memories because our tiny human brains couldn't comprehend that such a devastating killing machine walked this earth.
Okay. Realistically.
Skull roughly 6 feet long.
I have an idea.
Okay.
Do we have a single harpoon?
We still have your spears. And
I was going to say, can Can I makeshift a harp? Can we makeshift a battering ram on this boat
We could try,
and just ram the boat?
but
into the
I imagine we're just kind of cruising down the river, so I don't know how much force we have.
I'll be honest. I'm kind of out of ideas now. This because it's like that's a big ass reptile.
We're fighting this thing in its domain too, on the water.
I don't. What kind of crackhead idea do you have? Because I'll be honest, I don't really think we got one here. Because we're in its territory. It is the single largest thing ever, predatory wise, beating out Bill Cosby. I don't think we're winning. I think we have to accept our death here. Unless you could come up with something with this stupid ass shovel.
So here's the problem I see with your plan to try to ram it. Is this thing's not only a little smarter, but it also has a little advantage in the water. Is that on the edge of its nose it has sensors, so it could see that battering ram coming and prepare to dodge that.
So we're dead.
But depending on where my next fact comes from, we might have ourselves a chance.
What are you doing here? What is the strategy?
Okay. So the theory right now is that the Spinosaurus has this is coming from no true source, but the theory that people are making is the Spinosaurus's bite force is 2 tons. How much force is that?
2 tons.
But like to put that in comparison to something.
It's like getting crushed
by
like a car.
Okay.
Almost at full force.
Okay. So my original plan's not gonna work. I don't think that'll work. But I think
Caleb, I think we have to give up here, bud.
No. If there's a will, there's a way. Here's the plan.
The will faded a while ago with the Utah Raptor.
Here's the plan. We're gonna combine plans.
We summon Pichu.
We summon Pichu, he shocks the water. Killing him.
Hooray!
No, here's what we're gonna do. We can't summon Pichu. That's not scientifically accurate.
But we live in the Pokemon universe.
So, we're gonna go with your battering ram idea, expecting it to dodge. But what we're gonna do, take your broadsword. As it's dodging, we stab it, inflicting a wound. So now, in the shining of the night, we can see your broadsword always sticking up. So we know where it is at all times. And now, you just start throwing spears in that water. Just trying to wound it as much as possible.
Our unlimited spear stick.
Unlimited
stick.
And so now is my time. My time to shine. I stand on the edge of the boat. We are going face to face, full speed towards this Spinosaurus. Mouth agape. I'm ready to take on 2 tons of force onto my body. I leap off the boat. Broadsword is perfectly placed somewhere on the body. But I can slam this tactical shovel as deep into it as possible. And now we hopefully have it where it's very in pain, very crippled. And now I am riding on top of the Spinosaurus. I go to its eyes. I switch shovel modes. We are now in pickaxe mode.
I'm closing my eyes. What is pickaxe mode?
There's pickaxe mode.
Okay,
So now I have both the power of axe, shovel, and spear in one. I take my tactical shovel. I scoop out its eyes. Scoop both eyes
wait a minute.
out.
We have the laser pointer.
You start using that laser pointer then. Laser point. I start just hacking at it,
Uh-huh.
hacking at its neck, mining away at its neck until finally it can no longer move and it starts sinking. I'm standing on top of the corpse of the Spinosaurus as it sinks to the river. You come by, you pull me out of the water before I drown, and
And that's how we survived Jurassic Park.
We survived Jurassic Park.
You did it, Caleb. You defeated the. You defeated it.
Don't thank me. Thank the tactical shovel.
It can kill God.
It can kill God.
You did it.
I did it.
You know we're dying at the Utah Raptor, right?
the polar bear killing machine.
Yeah, we're fucked at the Utah Raptor.
That thing is not going down.
No. That's a dinosaurs are scary.
They're terrifying.
Like you start to look at like how big they are, like no.
Like I think the entire point of Jurassic Park was to show that nature is just terrifying.
It's never.
And the people trying to control nature will never be able to do that.
They will never be able to.
Unless they have the tactical shovel at hand.
I have the power! And then it goes...
The strongest weapon.
Well.
We did it. We survived Jurassic Park.
So are we gonna do Plasticine Park now next with mammoths and saber-tooths?
We could do that.
Another episode.
That's another day.
And we talked about dinosaurs for an hour 30. Caleb.
Yes. I feel good. I really love dinosaurs. As I've always said, if I could time travel, the first thing I'd do is
would you take a dinosaur back from the past?
I would. I'd grab myself either a velociraptor or a triceratops. Not a Spinosaurus. I don't want it to... An alligator. Getting a baby alligator and watching that thing grow, that's terrifying enough. I don't need that to be 50 feet long.
What dinosaur would I take?
We'd even fight the granddaddy dinosaur, but I don't even think that's possible.
No.
The Brachiosaurus, I don't think we can... That's not even feasible.
No.
We can't even reach any of its vitals.
If I were to get a dinosaur from the past, I would get I think I'd get like a raptor.
Yeah, Velociraptor would be pretty cool.
Or
but
maybe a pterodactyl.
Ooh, yeah.
And then I can ride the pterodactyl into battle with my broadsword.
Honestly, yeah, I'd definitely go Triceratops though. Just a little baby Triceratops.
A battle mount.
I name him Trippy. I've said this before. Trippy the Triceratops.
I named the
friend.
I named the pterodactyl Kiss.
Kiss.
From the famous band Kiss.
There you go.
And its battle theme would be rock and roll.
Dinosaurs are just so cool.
They are they're fucking weird.
And honestly, weird. I'm in the mood to go back and just start learning about dinosaurs again.
You probably should.
They're just amazing creatures.
Definitely.
To have ever exist on this planet.
I don't know, man. I'm really a big fan of penguins.
Penguins are cool.
Penguinos. They are necrophiliacs.
Oh.
Did you know that?
I did.
They do. They're terrible.
Birds just be bad.
It makes you wonder what dinosaurs did.
Probably with their high intellect enough to create societies, I'd imagine they built spaceships.
Do you think they left the stars?
Maybe that's what happened. There's a colony of dinosaurs out there. Not even humanoid dinosaurs. They're just dinosaurs.
It's like the fucking episode from Rick and Morty. The dinosaurs.
It's just dinosaurs out there on a planet, happy existing, seeing Earth become terrible to humans.
These stupid monkeys.
I'm glad we left.
Yeah. What are they ruining the planet for? Bunch of weirdos.
Honestly, I want to now. I want to just play every dinosaur game to exist because dinosaur games are fun too.
We need a new dinosaur game.
We do. We haven't had a good one since Jump Jet Rex.
Don't even know what that is.
Great game, amazing game.
I'll look it up after the podcast.
But yeah, we need a Jurassic Park survival horror game.
Yeah, I'd be down.
That'd be awesome. I think the only dinosaur game we're getting this year is Exoprimal, which looks good, but I really want a survival horror game for dinosaurs.
Something like Alien Isolation could be pretty fire.
Oh my gosh, that or like a Resident Evil style.
What Resident Evil? Though?
Like 2, or even 3, where you have like a T-Rex chasing you.
Those games are so weird.
They're so fun.
Craig and Jarrett were playing them.
They're so fun.
VC, and I'm like, dude, these video games look like they were drugs. This is a drug trick. Leon is on a drug trip.
Yes. But yeah, dinosaurs are cool. That's my final thoughts. Do you have any final thoughts?
If dinosaurs ever came back, would y'all be fucked?
Yes, probably. If they came back in full capacity,
a Utah Raptor soloing a white suburban family. Soloed. No difference.
Yes.
What?
I mean, no. Not the people.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well,
I guess
it's an hour 30.
Just be sure. Huh?
You're gonna probably have to cut some stuff out.
A little bit. I'll cut a little bit.
Okay.
Well, thanks for watching this week's episode of Totally Oblivious. Hope you enjoyed. Hopefully you liked our venture of going through Jurassic Park and killing all the dinosaurs.
And us talking about dinosaurs.
And hopefully you learned a couple dinosaur facts.
We need to bring a paleontologist on the podcast.
I want one, but we don't know any, and we don't have clout to bring any here. But maybe someday.
One day.
I'll do my dinosaur research, though. Maybe have another dinosaur episode in the future.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, just have a good day. Like, comment, subscribe, share the podcast, and see you next time. Peace out.